Well, in Didier Deschamps' final tournament with France, they fall just short of making their third consecutive final. But even though it was close in the scoreline, this match was completely controlled by Spain. Guys, welcome to another World Cup Daily Recap. We have one World Cup finalist and one more to figure out. So guys, this is how you handle the tournament's scariest attack, scariest in name, at least as Argentina have technically scored more goals, but you just don't let them play. France came into this game unbeaten without conceding in the knockout stages, 3 straight games, and in total, they had 16 goals for and 2 against all tournament. They came in as the slight favorite for most, and they left this game with a completely uninspired performance, but all of that thanks to Spain. Spain, for their part, came into this tournament with just 1 goal conceded, so a better defensive record than anyone else at this tournament, or at this point in this tournament, I should say. And while their attack hasn't popped off to the extent that France's has, or had, they were never really on their heels in this tournament at all. They always looked calm. They both took a while to get into this game. Yamal was buzzing early on, but got smothered every time he touched it. And by the way, Deschamps opted for Digne in this game. More on that later. Rabiot dragged a shot wide around the 8th minute or so. France even had a nice moment on 18 minutes when Olise wriggled into the box, but a last-ditch block sent it out for a corner. That was about as good as it got for Les Bleus. It was pretty dreadful in that first half for them. Then the 22nd minute happened. Digne mishit a header. It looped up, he panicked and kicked Lamine Yamal, one that's tough to accept in some ways, because Lamine had already turned away from the ball as he flew through the air, and it hit him in the back on the shoulder. Kicked or not, he wasn't doing anything with that ball. But you simply cannot kick somebody, as inconsequential as it may have been, so the referee has to give that. Mikel Oyarzabal deserves a big clap. No stutter step. He did what I love, just run up to the ball and hit it really well. Hit it well enough that even if the keeper jumps the correct way, as Maignan did, they probably won't get to it. 1-0 Spain, and you could feel the whole match tilt. France finally tasted their own blood, if you know what I mean. They really didn't seem to react well. Instead of rallying, they looked rattled. And they would get even more rattled before the half was out as William Saliba pulled up injured around the half hour, completely unchallenged, and had to come off for Maxence Lacroix. The last reshuffle you would want when you're already chasing the game, except for maybe Mbappe going down or something. Cucurella did what he does and absolutely smashed into Olise. Olise and Dembele had huge issues playing out there. I mean, the entire attack did, really, because Barcola also ballooned a chance over the bar, and Mbappe was a ghost. By the 40th minute, he was completely isolated, no service, no space, nothing. When the ball was played through for him, or for anyone, played through, crossed, whatever, Unai Simon was there. I don't know that there is a keeper that reads the game better than him right now. He commands his box better than most at this time. Absolutely superb from him today. I guess Yassine Bounou is also very good at that, isn't he? Deschamps rolled the dice at the break, throwing on Kone for yellow-carded Rabiot, then later Doue for Barcola. Didn't matter though, as nothing Deschamps did really changed the game in France's favor, did it? But the dagger from Spain came on the 58th minute. Dani Olmo and Pedro Porro played a little give and go straight through the heart of the French defense. Porro kept running, took the return in stride, and slid one past Maignan for 2-0. Tottenham's right back with a pretty cool finish, and I honestly didn't really expect him to hang on to the starting position for so long with Spain, especially in these important matches. My expectation was Llorente would take it, but Porro has been superb. Club form can skew expectations, and the rest was game management. The thing this Spain side does better than anyone who has played in this tournament, really. Every time France would start to improve, Spain would raise their level, which is kind of how they've operated throughout the tournament, right? We were discussing this during the watch party. Perhaps the reason why they haven't looked overly convincing is sort of a two-pronged answer. One, they aren't as explosive and direct as they were in Euro 2024, so it feels less exciting. And two, they're simply doing just what they have to in order to win, to control matches, and they choose their moments to win and control matches. De La Fuente's call to start Fabian Ruiz next to Rodri instead of Pedri paid off once again. The two of them strangled the midfield and left Mbappe, Dembele, Olise, Barcola, left them having to drop deeper for the ball. Anything over the top was swept up by Simon or a recovery run in defense where, again, Cubarsí and Laporte have been sensational for Spain. So there it is, 2-0, no drama. And Spain are into just the second World Cup final in their history, their first since that golden run in 2010. They'll wait on England versus Argentina to find out who's next, with the final set for Sunday in glorious New Jersey. France came in as a lot of people's favorites thanks to their fantastic attack. I thought that they would win. But Spain is reminding us of the old trope, defense wins championships, and having sublime control of the match with some talented attackers to boot. I mean, yeah, Lamine Yamal had a disallowed goal as he was just offside, but it was a great goal. They can hurt you in many ways. But Spain's defense, again, I can't speak highly enough about it, and the man playing right in front of the backline is a huge part of it as well, a huge reason as to why they have been so damn good defensively. Rodri. He's 100% back to his best again, after not looking like himself for City this past season. Guardiola even said that Rodri would be back to his best at the World Cup, and he was right. Rodri has once again become such an important piece to this midfield. And then on top of that, you gotta give love to Fabian Ruiz. I think with how superb he's been across his career, it's always safe to assume that Pedri will start these matches, right? And I expected him to start, as I said in the preview to this, so that he could unlock the defense with his passing. But so many of Spain's attacks come from the flanks, so the midfield maestros of Pedri's ilk are less necessary. There are great passers all over the starting 11, let's be real, but Fabian Ruiz adds a great passer to the midfield, plus an ability to contend with France's midfielders physically. So a bit of everything. De La Fuente got that right. And the total shutdown of the midfield and in defense was real. I mean, this was the first time France had failed to score in a World Cup game since back in June of 2018, 2 editions ago when they drew Denmark 0-0. That is a huge achievement, something that we really need not forget when we think of the Spanish team. They haven't really been associated with defensive solidity, but they absolutely should be at this point, not just for icing out the most talented attackers in the world, but for just the one goal conceded in this tournament. It's crazy that the 2026 version of Belgium was the only team that could score against Spain. I didn't expect that. That's why we love this sport. And with that, by the way, Spain have also matched Italy's record for the longest unbeaten run in men's international football history. 37 matches now without losing a single game. The match that they could break the record with, I mean, how sweet would that be to get number 38? And as of now, I'd be curious to hear, have they just shifted to being your favorites for the final, regardless of who they face? Or do you think that one of Argentina or England could have some sort of Spanish kryptonite? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But for me, this was certainly a turning point in a performance from them. They kept France without a shot on target until past the hour mark. Just unreal. All right, guys, thank you as always for watching. And of course, we'll have another video for you tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Be well. Bye.